Welcome to Autonomy CEO Corner. I'm your host, Dennis Dicker. Today's CEO Corner is with Abigail Fitz Bell, an occupational therapist and CEO of Independence Fits You. The case study is with Stacy, and Abigail will go over shoe tying, sensory profile to help with behaviors in the community, and creating visuals. And then we'll end with a demo on how to access the free DSP123 training modules to support adults with Autism Spectrum Disorder. Thank you.
Hi all, and welcome back to my page. I'm Abigail, and today I would like to share with you what my mission and vision statements are for Independence Fits You. So my mission statement is short, sweet, and to the point, and that is independence through empowerment. And my vision statement, so what I want my company and myself to continuously strive for is to create a community of support that empowers all individuals to achieve a higher quality of life. Let's see what that'll look like when receiving services through Independence Fits You.
A case study with Stacy.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This is Abigail, founder and CEO of Independence Fits You. And I wanted to take some time today to go over a few case studies to sort of help explain how I, as a healthcare professional, can personalize treatments to help my clients best achieve their goals. So first up, we have Stacy. She is a 25-year-old female with Autism Spectrum Disorder. She has limited verbal communication. She requires 24-hour assistance to help with her daily activities, and she also attends a day program. In addition to that, she does have a behavioral support plan for outbursts related to difficulty with communication and finishing tasks. So I think, as an OT, and probably most of us as healthcare professionals would want to find out more about that daily routine, about what type of assistance she needs. My first goal would really be to determine her level of communication. I know it's limited, but is she better receptively, meaning understanding directions, expressively? Can she say certain things to express her emotions, her wants, her needs? Does she use visuals? A lot of times people with limited verbal communication rely heavily on visual schedules, visual apps on their phone to express their needs. So I would definitely want to have a sit down with the DSPs and with the family, as well as Stacy herself, to gather to create a bigger picture of what she needs and what she's capable of. That way can better define her goals, and it would make it a lot easier to know what supports are best for her. So in my example, Stacy does rely a lot on visuals, and as it stands right now, her morning routine. So on a Monday through Friday basis, when she gets up and ready to go to the day program, it's a little bit chaotic. The DSPs have never really been taught in depth about Stacy's disorder and her needs, and maybe how best to get her to focus and complete her tasks. So I would start with maybe video. Stacy is very much into electronics and technology. So luckily in today's world, there are so many options out there. There's one that I've used before that I like is called the visual schedule planner. So you can make schedules on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis. It would allow for Stacy to know what each day looks like. So she's never caught off guard by something that might be a change in her regular schedule. You can also add upload videos. So for example, if brushing her teeth is something that she struggles with, let's say she can prepare it, she can get the toothpaste on the toothbrush. She knows obviously to put it in her mouth and actually do the brushing, but she tends to only focus on one side of her mouth. You can create a video. I could do it myself. We could use the DSP. We could use one of Stacy's parents. We could find a cartoon if that, seems to appeal to her more. Of someone thoroughly brushing their teeth so that she recognizes, oh, I have to go over to this side as well and get the front and the back of my teeth. I've had that work well with clients in the past. The other thing we can do is obviously use timers. That's very helpful. Maybe set a timer for the first side of her mouth if that's the side that she always focuses on, so that she knows, oh, timer went off, have to move to the other side, have to get my tongue, have to get the front of my teeth. There's so many different options there. And, this is one of the big reasons why I would want to know exactly what her communication skills are, because we can obviously grade any of these activities. She might need lots of timers, lots of pictures, videos. Initially, she might need demonstrations and gestures from, her staff to understand what exactly we're trying to get her to do. But then again, she could get up, get herself dressed, brush her teeth, and get out the door with very little assistance. And that's the end goal. And as we get closer to that, we can, like I said, grade activities. We can take away some of those pictures, take away some of those videos. A lot of times people on the spectrum enjoy routine. It helps them to figure out what comes next and to basically be more independent. So I would try and teach the DSPs, look, Johnny might be the DSP on Monday and Susie might be the DSP on Tuesday, but you guys have to be very regimented in how you work with Stacy. Make sure that she is doing this first, this second, this third, because that's how she best learns. Hi there again. Abigail here with Independence Fits You, and I wanted to give you another case study regarding Stacy, the 25-year-old female with autism. She has the behavioral support plan for outbursts related to difficulty with communication and finishing tasks. She requires 24-hour assistance with her daily routine. And she attends a day program Monday through Friday. So I wanted to focus a little bit on why Stacy's having these outbursts. As the CEO of this company, I would certainly go to the day program with Stacy and her DSP to observe what exactly is going on. And for this example, I noticed that one of the reasons Stacy has difficulty finishing tasks, which then leads to some of the outbursts, is that she tends to get up from the table every 5 minutes or so. And she sort of paces the hallway and seems a little bit fidgety. So first and foremost, because she has autism, oftentimes people also then have sensory processing disorder. So I would probably give Stacy and the family and possibly the DSPs a sensory profile to fill out for Stacy, which will give me a much better idea of what her sensory needs are. Let's say I gave that profile to them and it came back that she has a lot of proprioceptive and vestibular needs. So she likes heavy work activities, pushing, pulling, jumping, climbing, as well as swinging and spinning and things like that. Those activities actually seem to calm her and increase her focus. So the pacing every 5 minutes when she's, attempting to do a tabletop activity is likely because those sensory needs are not being met. Luckily enough, this day program has a gym. So I would teach the DSPs as well as the other staff members at the clinic. And I would hope that this would be something that they would understand and be okay with, that every 5 minutes, Stacy needs a brief sensory break, maybe just a couple of minutes to go swing on the sensory swing, to run around the gym, maybe do wall push-ups, throw a heavy ball, climb a rope. Depends what they have, obviously, and that's another thing that I could teach the DSPs. If there aren't a lot of resources available, there are a lot of activities we can just do with our own bodies um, to help meet those needs. So, my goal would be that eventually Stacy can sit for a good 20 or 30 minutes without needing those sensory breaks. But in the meantime, in order to control the outbursts based on frustration, I would, as I said, gather information regarding her needs as far as sensory concerns go, teaching family, DSPs, various people and adults that interact with her on a daily basis, how to address those needs, and hopefully finding a way, working with the people in Stacy's life to make this a reality. It's one thing to come in and say, oh, this is what she needs, this is what you have to do. But it's not always that easy to implement. So that's why, I, as a healthcare professional and CEO, would make sure that on a weekly basis, I'm going to observe and I can adjust and I can say, oh, okay, the gym's a little too far away from the arts and crafts room. So maybe we can find some activities to do in the hallway instead. And again, once the staff and the DSPs are involved and on board with that, that also helps with Stacy's routine. Now she knows, okay, I'm going to sit down and do this craft right now. But I know that in a few minutes I can go and do my wall push-ups, and so that I can increase my focus and come back to what I was doing and finish with the rest of the group. On that note, I noticed that Stacy really enjoys anime characters. She's captivated by their big eyes and their really expressive facial expressions. And so there are a number of things online with step-by-step drawings. So that is definitely something. We're also working on Stacy's fine motor skills. So obviously handwriting is a big one. And the proper way to hold a pencil and things like that. So that's another easy thing, using Stacy's interest to help her achieve her goals. So like I said, step-by-step drawings of maybe some of her favorite characters would be something highly motivating for her and might also increase the time that she sits at the table and finishes an activity.
Here again with Independence Fits You, and today I wanted to go over a treatment that I think I would incorporate with Stacy, who I mentioned before. She's the 25-year-old with autism who has a behavioral support plan because she often has outbursts related to not being able to finish tasks on time. Her big goal is to be able to do activities with minimal assist, and she does have limited verbal communication. So this is actually something that I'm currently incorporating with one of my clients, and within a week he is already independent with steps 1 through 3. So I thought it would be a good thing to show you so that you can see what I would do as a clinician with some of your consumers. So first you want to start with a shoe that has 2 bright colored shoelaces. I usually let the client pick what colors they'd like to use. You want to orient the shoe the same way that it would be once it does go on their foot, so in the position that I'm doing. And then I, as the clinician, would usually sit next to the client so that we can work together. So here are the steps. Cross blue over yellow. Yellow into blue. Pull strings tight. Yellow loop. Blue around yellow. Push blue through. Blue bow, pull blue bow, pull bows tight. So like I said, I have a client right now. He is 21 with autism, also limited verbal communication skills, and I've been doing this with him for a week, and he's already independent with almost half of the steps. So there you go. Thanks.
Once you select the courses, you'll see a drop-down where you can view all the courses in the course library. Choose one. Anyone. Behavioral supports, empathy, introduction to the ISP. Thanks for listening and watching.